Thanks for tuning in to the Campaigns of the Plains channel. To catch new material every Friday on YouTube, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
Welcome to Campaigns of the Plains. We're doing our Monster of the Week 6-shot in-between series, whatever we call it. And this is episode 3. If you haven't caught the other 2 episodes, make sure to go back and give those a view or a listen on our on either YouTube or our various podcast platforms. So, without much further ado, let's do a little recap. Last time we met our intrepid band of investigators. They went down to the police station to investigate the bodies and the files that police had collected on the victims of these supposed werewolf attacks. As they were digging through the corpses and the files, they found that this doesn't look like it is from a werewolf. In fact, it looks like it's from a different kind of shape change. Perhaps something in the Fey realm? Meanwhile, the other half of the team decided to go off to a toy stop owned and operated by a local pack of werewolves. They interviewed a gentleman who had broken into their hotel the night before and given them quite a scare. After seemingly gaining his trust at least a little bit, they found out that there is 2 werewolf packs in the area, one north and one south. And the leader of the South Pack was a new girl who was a little more feral and a little more prone to violence. They talked with the shop's owner, Franklin, and found out that this pack really just wants to be left alone in peace, and that they want to end these attacks on citizens as much as the hunters do, just so that they are not incriminated in the circumstances. So, as I believe it was Trixi and Mickey were leaving the toy store, they all of a sudden felt a great warmth and a push as the toy shop exploded and they were propelled out the front doors. And with that, we're going to dive right in back to Toni and David, who are back at the police station investigating the files for all the various murders that had happened here over the past few months. So, David, Toni, what are you looking for? When we last left off, the captain, Captain Ricky, had allowed you access to a conference room and a box full of files. I believe you're about to sit down to investigate those, but do you have anything else you are looking to do?
I don't know if there was anything else. I don't remember.
I don't either. I think we were going to look at some of the other cases to see similarities.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know we wanted to compare all of the files.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's...
Let's see. Why don't we go ahead and you can investigate a mystery, either one or both of you.
Okay.
What does that roll for?
Sharp. That is sharp.
We should pick it up. Right? Yeah.
I have +2.
Same.
I can assist you.
Okay.
What's that, cool? Well, I have just a straight roll for that. 6!
Okay.
I don't help you. In fact, I get an experience point because I helped so good.
Okay. 7, 8, 10.
Hey!
Oh,
that's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hold 2. So, what are you looking for here?
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to... I don't think I wrote it down. Hold on, let me make sure. I can't remember. I should have wrote down what I had said last week that I wanted to do. Or
Yeah, you should have.
thought I had all of this written down. Okay.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I just know that, because we wanted to, oh god, now I'm just completely drawing a blank on, like,
Walk through it with
it's
me.
the pressure of the camera.
yeah.
We wanted to look to see what the other cases look like, to see similarities. You know that.
Mhm.
Still trying to figure out what kind of creature it is.
I mean, that's literally one of the questions you can ask.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, ooh.
Go ahead.
And we're trying to figure out why it's doing it. If it's not the werewolves, why is it framing the werewolves?
Yeah, because I know, I think from the evidence that we've gathered so far, we're
convinced it's not a werewolf.
We're like, it could be like several different things.
Mm-hmm.
So
but we don't think it's the werewolves, at least not the ones that we are aware of that exist.
Aware.
Aware.
The last time,
because we keep finding
we thought
glitter
it was like something
and
was framed. Oh yeah, the fairy
the
stuff.
fairy stuff. We keep finding glittery dust and, or not granite, but some kind of purple shard.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything from like any of my old files that I might be able to compare to with these to see if there's anything that would tell me what creature this might actually be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could go to a library and look up some lore on like purple dust,
So the Michael Fish
glitter
might be
dust.
another good thing to do.
Because there's got to be lore out there for this kind of stuff, you know, like fairies snatching kids from beds and replacing them with, you know, there's got to be some kind of thing out there.
Comparing to all of these and anything that I can remember from my files, can we determine what this is and why it is, if it's not a werewolf, why it's trying to frame werewolves?
Right. So we'll start with the first half of that. So thinking back through your earlier cases, especially some which you have communicated with Raymond Grayson about, child abduction cases, or like runaway cases, where there just seemed to be no reason whatsoever why a child should disappear. You do recall that there is usually like odd souvenirs left behind. Sometimes you see things like glitter or crystals, or like outside of the home there'll be rings of mushrooms growing. Signs of some sort of fae or fairy abduction. I'll go ahead and say that based on your previous knowledge, you do know that popular myth and lore says that fairies like to abduct children because they are pure of heart, and they are willing to serve King Oberon more willingly in the Fae realm. So looking back at that, like, it seems pretty clear that based on what you found, this is probably some sort of Fae shape changer.
We do know, we talked to the officer that the kids are with family. They weren't taken, right? They weren't missing?
Yeah, I believe he did say that.
No, what you saw is that a social worker came and collected them.
Oh,
you don't know where they're at now.
Okay. Yeah.
What if it wasn't a social worker?
It was a shape changer that was...
We need to get reports from we should reach out to the local social work agency and see if there are any relatives of the family. Because if they are relatives, they would have been sent to them. If they're not, they would be put in foster care or in a foster home. So if they're missing...
okay, so I'll say what I told you was a hefty hold one. What's your hold two then?
Okay. Let's see. You know what? I think we want to know, like, if there's anything that's, like, being concealed.
Okay. So as you're flipping through these various files, just pictures upon pictures of very grisly murders, all very similar to one another. Clearly, whoever did this knew what they were doing and really made a case that it was some sort of beast attack or some twisted serial killer. But as you're going through it, you start to see a few patterns. You see that it seems only adults, people over the age of like 18, are murdered. And you also notice that a good chunk of them, about a dozen of the victims, worked for some company called All Advanced Technologies. That's AL apostrophe AWAL Advanced Technologies. Also, all these victims had children. And let's see. That's what you can glean from all this.
That's good. There's a lot of good stuff. Okay. Well, I think we need to figure out what this company is.
I think we should figure out what the company is, what it does, and go check it out. And I also think we should get the name of that social worker.
Yes.
And where we can find the office.
So we're seeing, from what I'm gathering, we have not found any indication that any of these kids are okay from any of these cases.
Does it state where the kids are in the case report?
Yes. So I'll say that it does say that the children were unharmed and that they were taken away to social services, and that and once the children were out of the custody of the police, they basically don't have any record of where they went.
Think that we should write down all these kids' names and go to the social services office to just cross-reference and make sure that they are okay where they are.
Okay.
I think we got a lot of good information here.
As you are packing the files back into this box that the captain laid on the desk, you do hear a bunch of shuffling outside the door. And there is a window kind of viewing out into the main lobby, and you see a bunch of police officers rushing back and forth. You hear radios going off. Service assessment. And cops are just in a frenzy, and you hear sirens start blaring to life out on the street.
We should follow
and with that, we're going to go back to Trixi and Mike.
Mickey.
Mikey.
Mickey.
Excuse me.
Like the mouse.
Oh, Mickey,
I
you're
know.
so fun.
Oh boy.
Mm.
All right, so you two were inside of this toy store as it exploded. You are pushed through these glass doors, and you just feel shards cutting at your face. You feel the heat at your back. You both take 3 harm.
Oh, fuck.
But you are alive as you are propelled out into the street, landing face first. You look around, and there is hardly anything left of this building. You see the store owner. He survived, and he's kind of stumbling and getting his bearings and brushing off the debris. And he starts walking through his store, calling out, Patrick! And he goes over to where that guy you talked to was standing, the young kid who had intimidated you the previous night. And with just impossible strength, Franklin picks up a beam and throws it to the side. And he finds lying there, not moving, Patrick. And he's trying to shake him awake, and he's not responding. What are you two doing?
Well, first I'm going to run over to Trixi and see if she's okay. That's the gentleman thing to do.
Well, I do declare. I would, probably be tending to my wounds on my legs and arms and, trying to bandage them up.
Trixie.
Yeah, what?
The thought occurs to you, like, this building's on fire, you're wounded, like, use your magic. That's what it's there for, right?
I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, I'll try and do some healing. Basically, like lay on hands on myself. That's a 8. Check. I can heal 3 to 1 close ally, so I'll heal myself on an 8. But, yeah. I don't think there's any downside, right? Because I'm using my rote.
Oh, it's a rote?
Yeah.
Well, what's the downside for the rote?
For the whole point of a rote is it doesn't have
Yeah.
specific downside.
Okay. So.
It's just, I can't do it to a large area.
Right.
So it's just me.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's the glitch, is that only you can do it.
Yeah, I can't heal someone else.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Right now. So I will heal myself, the 3, and as I do, a giant gash seals, and it turns into a giant gnarly scar in my leg.
Okay.
But and as I do that, I'm wincing and fighting the tears as my skin is just forcibly closing itself.
Right.
And I look up at Mikey and say, "We've got to help them. I mean, we could have been the people who did this. I mean, caused this or something. Are you okay? Well, you survived for 5 seconds. I feel like we should check on anybody in there. I mean, I can try and do," and I gesture at my leg. I can try and do
I'm okay.
some of that.
I'm good. I'm not great, but I'm better than that, I think. Can you put out that fire? Can you wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi?
I can try.
That's wrong.
So I will just try.
Recent, right?
Also, within 8 years. It's South Dakota.
Yeah.
It's just getting here, right?
I'm gonna try and suck all of the air out of to put the fire out essentially.
Oh, don't asphyxiate the people too.
What?
I said don't asphyxiate the people in there too.
I mean, I assume I can do
Yes.
specific.
So long as you roll well, you can definitely smother the fire just itself.
Trixi uses asphyxiate.
It's super effective. Oh, that's double snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
She asphyxiates the people.
So,
Makes another explosion.
That's
right.
So, Trixie, you were. I guess I should give you a chance. Did you want to use luck at all?
No.
So you were right in thinking that you might get blamed for this, considering you were just in the store and you were leaving as it blew up. And that's exactly what's going through the head of Franklin Jameson as he is weeping over the body of his deceased grandson. He starts heaving really hard as the air is being sucked out of his lungs. And that's not enough to knock out old man Jameson. As he turns to you, his eyes are red as his form begins to change and hulk out. And gray fur starts to just rip across his body. A long snout filled with rows and rows of fangs grow from his face. And he just lets out this horrible as he starts charging you two. What do you do?
Do you have something you want to do first, Mikey? Otherwise, I have a couple ideas.
I only have a gun. That's the only thing I would have to protect myself. So I would probably take my gun out and is he charging us? You said
he is charging at you.
I'd probably whip my gun out and take a couple shots. That's all I've got.
Okay, kick some ass.
Yeah, which I am really bad at. So
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yep.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm pretty cool and weird. Well, that isn't. I rolled an 8, but it's really a 7 because I have a -1 to tough.
That still succeeds.
Yeah, so on 7, you inflict harm on each other. So,
Cool.
so how much harm does your gun deal?
That's a great question. Let me find maybe where it says what my gun is. I think it's a small gun.
So probably like 2 harm.
Yeah, the revolver is 2 harm.
Yeah, that's probably sounds right. It was when I picked it. It was like the smallest gun I think I could get.
Okay.
So just 2.
Okay.
So do I also take 2?
Well, you take whatever he deals to you. So,
Oh, okay. I thought you said we both took harm. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, he is going to make, I think he's going to lunge forward as you shoot him, and like, you see the bullet go through him, and then you see almost instantaneously the wound close.
Cool.
And
That's how you do it, Trixie.
he chomps down on your shoulder with his jaws. You take 2 harm.
Okay.
You can't be good right now.
I'm not great.
No. So, he bites into you. Trixie,
God.
what are you
Super
doing?
not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question: how far away from Patrick's body are we? Like, are we considered close area to him?
Yeah, I would say so, sure.
Okay. I will try and do like a group healing to try and get Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
Yes, I'm trying to get Mickey
Yes.
and Franklin. All right, sorry, not Franklin. And Patrick.
Okay.
I'm going to try and heal both of them
Okay.
at the same time.
Snake eyes. I take 2 more harm.
You're not going to die. You'll be fine.
That's all I have got left.
Kills him.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's over 13. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So,
So it just heals 3
Mickey
harm
will take
to
3 health, right?
Yeah, it heals 3 health to nearby allies. So
Right.
I'm including Patrick in that and
Okay.
Mickey.
You said?
You cast this, and Mickey obviously looks better. Like, you feel that wound in your shoulder just disappear, or just, it almost feels like having a sunburn where the skin's really tight.
Ooh.
But it's healed now. Patrick, no change.
Oh, he's dead.
Patrick is dead.
He dead, Phantom. Super dead.
Well, as soon as I finish that the spell and like the white aura kind of dissipates over them, and I realize it's not affecting Patrick, I will just look at Mickey and say, "We gotta go, cause I don't think we can fight Franklin in his current state. I feel like he's gonna rip us apart. So, I can try one more thing. Otherwise, he's gonna chase us forever. But go ahead and defend yourself, I guess.
What's your other thing?
He's gonna keep fighting him, right?
Yes.
So I guess I'm assuming it's his turn. I can't do anything, right?
I mean, it's all kind of a loose turn system, but
Okay.
But I just went. I can't.
right, you did heal. So so Franklin is going to, seeing that you are casting some sort of magic, he doesn't like that, so he's going to swipe a claw at you.
Yay.
So I believe that is, I think you have to act under pressure, if I recall. It's been a while.
He doesn't just kick ass against me.
No, the keeper does not roll dice. You do.
Okay, so I'm acting under pressure.
Yes,
Okay.
to avoid his attack.
Okay. Well, I'm not very cool, so it's just a straight roll. That's an 8. So worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
I will say, I will say that so having relayed this order to Mickey that we need to get out of here, I will say that, like, you can pull Mickey away from, like, Franklin, because Franklin is, like, hovering over him right now. Okay? And you can pull him away, and you'll both get to the truck. But you're going to take damage if you do pull him away. Otherwise, you can run to the truck by yourself and not suffer harm, but Mickey will still be in the firing.
I will drag Mickey away.
Okay.
Am I taking 2 damage then?
You will take 3 harm, actually, because he is using his claw.
Okay. So yeah, I will like strong arm my way in between the two of them and like pull Mickey away and get slashed in the arm for that. Did you want to go, Mickey? I have one more thing I want to try. You could you could also help me in whatever I'm about.
Oh yeah, sure.
Try and help me.
Sure, I will help out. I'm not great at that, but I'm okay with it. So I'll roll help out.
Okay.
Okay.
At least you won't take damage.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to roll with my left hand, and I'm not left-handed. That's really stupid. That is a 6.
Oh.
You got some experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an experience. But so in your attempt to help out, you're both at the truck. You're trying to like get the door open and like just push Trixi in and get in yourself to take off. But in all this excitement, you drop your keys to the ground, and they kind of scoot under the truck a little bit.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so while he is fumbling with the keys, and I'm sure Franklin is right on our tail, I'm going to try and trap him.
Oh, okay.
Because I can trap a specific person, minion, or monster. I'm going to try and trap him for a specific amount of time. I don't know how much time I can trap him for.
Go ahead and roll it.
So I rolled a 10.
Jesus.
So that's 6 and 2, then 2 more.
Is that 6?
Yeah, it's a 6.
Oh, it looked like a 4. Okay.
Oh, yeah. The middle one's
Okay. Yes.
But yeah, so that's a 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to trap him until we're safely away and he can't follow us. That's like the stipulation. Like, I don't want to trap him here indefinitely. I don't know how long I can trap him. It doesn't have time limit.
Okay.
So,
you put up this magic cage around Franklin, and he's clawing and scratching it, and you can see like it behind the magical glow of this force field or whatever you want to call it. He's like pushing against it. You've never encountered anyone or anything that could like actually affect your magic once it's cast, but he is pushing against it. He wants out, but it is holding. So as he's clawing away at it, Mickey, you have a chance to grab your keys real quick, and so you're in the truck, or are you?
I mean, I would have been casting the spell,
Yeah,
so I'm assuming he got in the truck and I would have to go around.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. So you are technically out of danger right now, until that force field drops. You have the keys. What are you doing?
I feel like we're just gonna floor it and.
Yeah.
Go.
I think we're just gonna try and get out of the area initially, and then once we're kind of quote unquote safer, I'll start digging through my bag for some healing supplies because I know we're both fucked up. And I will say, do we want to try and meet up with David and Toni, or do we want to just go directly to the South Hill Wolfpack at the campground and we can deal with this? I feel bad because I just potentially got Patrick killed for no reason. And that's kind of just what I do, unfortunately. So I feel like this is all my fault, but we can fix this. What do you think? Do you think we should potentially endanger Toni and David's lives, or do you think?
I think we're in danger, period. But I think we need allies before we go back and try to mess with these South Wolves. We couldn't take on Franklin, let alone we're walking into a whole pack that he made sound was more feral. We're already hurt. We can't take them on.
Yep, that's a good point.
And then while he's like,
Right.
Duke's a hazard, he'd probably look and be like, we didn't do this. Don't take this guilt on. We literally went into a shop. We didn't make this place explode. We didn't bring them bad luck. Someone's setting them up.
I mean, I could have brought them bad luck. It's kind of my whole thing. I mean, I never take coincidences like that with a grain of salt. Because always seems to come back to haunt me as like it's something I inadvertently caused. I don't know. It's just anyway. I agree. We should find David and Toni. Maybe they'll have a better idea of what we need to do. And it looked like that bullet that you shot Franklin with did absolutely nothing. So maybe we need to gear up a bit and find like new bullets or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only silver bullet I've ever had is Coors Light, which includes a silver bullet, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That was good. I can't remember. Were we going to meet up with David and Toni somewhere else?
I can't remember what you were going to do either. But,
I feel like maybe we should go back to... We had a hotel. Didn't we get a hotel?
Yeah, we did.
Maybe we should go back there, and we don't have their numbers.
Correct.
So maybe we could just lay low there for a little bit, and maybe
so
they'll
I will
show
say
up.
that you would know they did go to the police station to look through.
Oh, they're going
evidence.
to the morgue, right?
Yes.
Yep, they went to the morgue. Yep.
I will also, because I'm a benevolent keeper, remind you that Patrick had followed you to your hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So it's likely Franklin
Yeah.
also knows where you're sleeping.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say, did they go to the police station? Maybe we should just head over there.
Yeah.
I will, as we're driving, I will try and heal us both.
Okay.
So that we're not fucked up still.
Yep.
I'm not super fucked up. I just probably shouldn't be driving. I'm a little lightheaded.
Right? Okay. Ooh, that's 6. So that's a failure.
That is a failure.
So the failure is I heal enemies in the nearby vicinity, which is none of us.
I
So
hate you. You're my enemy. You're clearly not an ally. I hate you, bitch.
Right, yeah. I just caused the explosion. You hate me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how it fails, but
So
fails.
it fails for sure. Yeah. Okay, so you are driving away from the scene of the explosion, and the spell which Trixi had cast and inadvertently suffocated Franklin. It did smother many of the fires. There are still a few burning chunks of wood laying out in the street. And as you pull away, you do a double take in your mirror. Because you swear you look back and you saw through the flames this purple smiling face. And it seems almost alien, otherworldly. It's just not human looking. But you look again and it's gone. It's not there. Anyway, so back to the police station. The cops are rushing out of the building. There is clearly something going on. What's David and Toni doing?
Think that's something we should follow?
I mean, I guess I'm curious as to what all the rustle and bustle's about, because this is normally a pretty quiet place apart from a lot of people turning up dead.
Yeah, but that usually happens at night.
Yes.
I'll go ask the receptionist. She really liked us.
Well, I'm sure she's our greatest fan.
She sure is. I'm gonna go talk to the receptionist.
Okay, so you walk up to the receptionist, and she glances up at you, rolls her eyes, and says, "Yes, what can I do?"
So, what's with all the commotion?
Well, this is a developing police investigation, so we're going to have to hold off. If you would like, you should probably talk to either the captain or one of the other officers in the building.
But I imagine you know what's going on. I said, but I imagine you probably know what's going on. I mean, everyone knows you're the real boss of this place.
She says to you, "I'm just the desk sergeant. I just take calls and I forward them to the right department." Okay. And she just kind of like ignores you and goes back to her work. Meanwhile, there are plenty of cops still rushing out. Would you like to roll anything or?
Yeah, I would like to roll to manipulate someone.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll, please.
Okay. Ooh, 11.
Okay. So 10 plus, they'll do it for the reason you give them. So what's the reason you're giving her to give you the information you want?
Look, my partner and I are here investigating a string of murders. This could be relevant to our case.
Fine. So there was an explosion down the street. Jameson's toy shop.
I know that's where we sent our friends, right?
So
Okay.
you piece together a few things. You know that they were going to a toy shop,
Mm-hmm.
that there were werewolves running the toy shop,
Mm-hmm.
and that last night you were attacked by a werewolf that jumped into a van that said Jameson Security. So you piece it all together and say, that's probably bad.
Yep. Well, thanks for your time. David! I just come back into the conference room. We gotta go.
What's going on?
Either our companions blew up the toy shop, or who they went to go see at the toy shop blew them up inside of it.
Yeah, well...
What I'm saying is, I'm sorry,
yeah.
I'm projecting. That might not be what happened. All I know is that the toy shop exploded.
An explosion happened
At the toy shop.
in town.
At the toy shop that we sent our acquaintances to.
What sort of toys do they make there? God damn.
Well,
Okay,
you know,
so,
bottle rockets, man. They...
is it that time of year?
Christy, don't
It's
hesitate
4th
to
of
say
July.
it. Yeah.
Oh wait, it's the 4th of July. What if?
Oh shit, it
It
is!
is the 4th of July. Did they sell fireworks at toy stores in the 90s?
They sell them on the fucking freeway in South Dakota. Fucking, like,
This is
kids at
it is
lemonade
currently-
stands.
No shit.
Like, do you like some fucking Roman candles to go with your lemonade?
Hell yeah!
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
According to South Dakota law, they have until the weekend to fire them off. So you do occasionally hear bottle rockets go off, but you're not sure if this
Okay,
is a
so new
fireworks
theory.
related incident.
a hoodlum child set a firework off in the street, and it
Yes.
blew up the store.
Because as a reminder, this is a Thursday. It's the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I
we
guess
should go.
do
We
need
should
to-
make sure that they're not dead or severely maimed. Especially since the werewolves weren't there.
Well, what if we should probably leave a message?
Did
or
one
something?
of them have a cell phone?
I don't know.
We
She's 18 and doesn't have any credit.
Did any
I'm
of
a
did any
college
of it
student.
did any of us exchange cell phone numbers? Do you have a cell phone?
I have an issued phone.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you my number. We should have talked about this morning before we split up.
yeah, cell phones are the toys of business executives and the rich. So not many people have it right now.
Yeah, mine is a government issued.
I mean, I'm a private
Yeah.
investigator. My contracts need a way to get in touch with me.
Yes, as investigators, it behooves you to have phones to carry around, so that makes sense. But
Mine is just so that my bosses can bother me.
I'm my own boss.
It turns out that's what they're still for.
You know, I quit that
I
life
have
so I can be
two,
my
so
own
you
boss.
can
I'll tell
bother
you
me.
what, being your own boss is very rewarding.
So is being an agent
Is
investigating on
Toni the first
files.
girl boss? She's gonna go hashtag girl boss.
Hashtag girl boss.
Yeah.
She's the very first one to utter that.
Yes.
We should go make sure those guys aren't dead. They're very young. They very well could be dead.
Yeah. Well, what if somehow what?
And
Where
you
do
know
they
what?
bring
Like,
people?
what do you mean where they bring people? If they're not dead, the hospital.
Yeah. Where is that in relation to
I
us?
don't know. Let me go back. Excuse me, miss.
Right next door.
Go back to the front desk. Just one more
Yeah.
question. Where's the hospital?
she rolls her eyes again and gives you directions down the road a little bit, where Rapid City General is.
I wonder if it's in the same line as the Sioux Falls General Hospital.
Exactly. Because I don't know what Rapid has or had for a hospital, so that's what you get.
In the 90s, who knows?
Yeah, it's more like, most of it's more just a clinic than an actual hospital, but it
Right.
does have emergency services. So.
Well, there's a very
all right.
tiny hospital that may give you an infection to go into down the road.
So you two are leaving the police station, and
I'm gonna
I-
I'm gonna give her my card that has my phone number on it and say,
Okay.
if anyone shows up here's my card that's looking for us. May or may not be.
Okay. So, you exchange numbers, and are you heading out then?
Do you want to go to the hospital or do you want to go to the toy store? Since we took my car.
Well, the explosion just happened. I think it would be a good idea to go there and
Sounds good to me.
make sure everything's okay.
I will.
Make sure the other two didn't,
Yeah.
possibly become part of an explosion.
Yep.
Okay.
I drive that way.
Okay. So you tear out of the police parking lot and you're following all the cop cars that are likewise heading in that direction.
My brain is just like 6 cop cars going in a line and then the station wagon behind.
Yeah. And,
With one little bubble.
Put the little light on top and it's like, woo!
Oh my god, this is great.
So you head down the street, and at the same time, you two, Mickey and Trixie, are tearing down the road, trying to get away from this scene. Franklin gets smaller and smaller in the rearview mirror, and you hear the sirens coming. You're heading straight towards the police station, or?
That's the last place we knew where Toni and David are.
The morgue or
Okay.
whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in the same place.
So
One of those
you
slow
are
motion
tearing
drive-bys.
off, and as you approach a line of the cop cars, and do you keep going or do you pull to the side?
Like they're coming towards us?
Yes, they're coming towards you now.
We'll pull over because I don't want to get like a ticket.
Right? Good Midwestern boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out of their way.
So yeah, one after another. Vroom, 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 vroom. You hear the cars go past. And then finally there's this little, nicely well-kept station wagon that also puts by. And you lock eyes with the driver.
I'm just
And
lay on
you
the
both
horn.
kind of just stare at each other as you pass.
Is it that meme? It's the meme.
Yes.
What can I lay on my horn?
Academy.
I slowly bring the station wagon to a stop in the middle of the street, and then I 16-point turn it around.
Oh my god.
And then I pull up behind their car and get out and go up to the driver's side window.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see your license and registration, please?
Trixie, show them your license and you're like, oh,
What the hell are you
license,
guys?
registration.
Oh, God.
That's a Trixie joke. It's a legit, real Trixie joke.
You two look like absolute shit. What happened?
Trixie blew up the toy store, I guess.
I don't
Trixie!
know it was me.
Trixie!
I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't even try and blow anything up. I was literally just talking to Franklin, and then we walked out of there, and it blew up right behind us. I don't think it was me, but stuff like that happens around me. So, sorry.
We gotta keep you away from everything flammable.
I mean, there was definitely some, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I kind of thought were cool, but I didn't really, want them after they were blown up.
I'll buy you one at the Walmart.
Trixie,
Walmart.
you feel in
exists
this
already?
moment,
Okay.
Toni could really use some calming magic.
Oh, okay. Toni, just calm your ass, and I'm going to try and use magic to calm her down.
Oh no.
Excuse me, why are your fingertips glowing? Don't you touch me with that magic hand.
Why you
That's a
ET?
10.
Why you
That's a
ETN?
10.
You only
So it
roll good
works
when there's
perfectly.
yeah.
So, I wonder. So, I feel like this is also manipulating someone. I'll use the same roll. So, on a 10 plus for another hunter, if they do what you ask, they mark experience, get +1 forward. So, I will say to you, Toni, do you accept her calming feelings that are rushing towards you?
Sure.
Okay. So you do become a lot calmer, and
Did you just cast?
we don't know all the facts right now, so it might not have been Trixie. All you know is that you're chill now, and that you're ready to get back in there and catch a murderer. Damn it!
She gets +1 forward.
Yes.
Look,
So-
Trixie, I'm sorry I scolded you. Look, David and I found some more information really pointing that someone's trying to frame these werewolves, and whoever it is might have also set the explosion.
Well,
we were thinking it was the other werewolves.
Southern Hill Wolf Pack. They might be behind the killing. When we talked to Franklin and Patrick, the two werewolves at the store, they just wanted to be left alone. Patrick, the one that came into our hotel room the other night, he just wanted to talk. I don't know why he broke in just to talk, but he just wanted to talk.
He's not
and
talking
now he's
now.
dead.
Why?
He's dead.
Who's dead?
So you
Deaded him?
did you do that?
No,
Was
the
you?
explosion killed him. I tried to heal him, and he didn't heal.
Okay. I think that, is this werewolf have a vendetta against you now? I'm confused.
Yes, definitely yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna get back in my car, and you guys are gonna follow me.
Did we both get bit?
I got scratched. You got bit.
Is that a concern?
It might be. We'll figure it out.
Might be.
Cool.
Okay, we should get farther away from where we are. You two both look like shit. Do you need to go to the hospital?
I mean, I don't know how frequently I can try and heal us again.
I just don't think we need to go to another explosion and we'll be okay.
Okay, well, you guys follow me. We drove by a Starbucks. I need
I
coffee.
don't think there's Starbucks in South Dakota yet.
I don't think they've come to this area.
Did you
You
get
did
Dunkin'?
see a little coffee shop, and in your mind, because you've been on the coast, you just think Starbucks.
I don't know, it was a coffee
But if
shop.
you were to tell any South Dakotan that, it would be
What's a
very
Starbucks?
confused.
It's coffee.
That's space
It's
space
really,
money.
It's really good coffee. Let's go get coffee and let's talk about what we've all discovered away from the area of the explosion. Please follow me, and I'll go get back in the car and sit next to David. So they have a werewolf mad at them. Not the one that attacked us. That one's dead now. They claim that they didn't kill him, that the explosion killed him. And I don't know if Trixie caused the explosion or if it was happenstance that the explosion happened as they were leaving. But they said they learned about another clan of werewolves that are different than these ones.
Okay.
I don't know. I told them to follow me to the coffee shop I saw on the way. We could talk more.
Yeah, we definitely need to gather information that we've got.
Yeah. I didn't know what Starbucks was.
Well, that makes sense if they're not super popular.
Why does they have Dunkin' here?
We might have had. There was a Dunkin' in Sioux Falls until it disappeared.
Just not anymore.
Yes.
I kind of wish
There was until there wasn't.
There was until there wasn't. I really wish there was, though. I like Dunkin' better than...
And Krispy Kreme. Oh.
Side note: I've been on a real donut kick lately, and the people at it's not Circle K, now know that I get like 2 or 3 donuts a day, and I think they're concerned about me because I never ate before, and now I'm like, donut. You know, my day off, I was like, I'm gonna go get some donuts. So if you want to bribe me, just get me some donuts.
Donut sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
I almost had like a third one today. It was so good.
10 donuts.
Yeah, send donut.
I
Like,
used to eat 2 of the Twisties
Oh,
every day.
the only ones that count, I call them Long Johns. Some people call them Bismarcks. I'm not sure of the difference.
I like the Long Johns.
But like the long donuts with chocolate and Bavarian cream.
Yes.
That like if you were to say I accidentally like started your house on fire, here's some donuts, I'll be like, that's cool. These donuts are good. So
Right.
It's okay. I got fucking.
I'm sorry, I got everyone distracted.
yeah, sorry.
So, you make your way to a little coffee shop, and getting out, looking back and forth, making sure you haven't been followed. You walk in and find a table that's kind of tucked towards the back and a little more private than the others. There are a few people here. It's still morning time, so you still have a rush of people getting their coffee or some of the muffins that the counter also sells. What would you like to do?
Since I'm having trouble using my magic to heal us, can I just take out like some, I don't know, like t-shirts or something and just like rip them up and start trying to like use recovery to improve? It says what's first aid. It says 1 to 3 improve when you receive first aid. So, I mean, I'm doing like half-ass first aid, right?
I mean, depending on what you wanted to do, I would say you could stop at a drugstore on the way to and grab some bandages if you would.
I think
Sure.
when you get in the drugstore, you should grab a stuffed
I couldn't
animal.
hear that.
And when you get the stuffed animal, you should rip its stuffing out and start shoving it into your wound.
Okay, yes, I'm Henrietta. I get it.
There is a legend out there that a woman once used a toy animal to cure herself of a severe wound.
That she bought at a Walgreens where she could have bought a first aid kit.
Right? Like, all the things.
Can I go ahead and erase my name?
But the stuffed animal was probably cheaper.
Yeah.
Henrietta was right.
So you take some time and recover.
Does Mickey also recover?
Is Mickey applying first aid, or are you applying it to him?
I will help him
Oh,
to do
okay.
so if he doesn't.
Okay, sounds good. So you patch each other up, head to the coffee shop to meet the others, and you're all sitting down in a back corner.
Are you wondering what your favorite wacky nerds are up to? Search for Campaigns of the Plains on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and make sure to follow and like us to keep up with all our content and news. You might also find exclusive content for fans only. Remember to catch us on YouTube every Friday at noon for a new episode of Campaigns of the Plains.
So as soon as I get my coffee and start sipping it, I'm gonna do that meme of aliens, but have my hands out okay guys, this is what's going on, and I'm gonna tell them all about the Southern Werewolf tribe that they were also bit, so Mickey might have been bit and might transform. We'll see.
Trixie, as you're explaining all this, you're it'd be so much easier if I could just show them. And you're thinking about maybe using magic to just project an image of what you were told.
Yeah. I think about using magic for a second, then I'm oh, we're in public. I probably should not do that. So I'm going to resist the temptation.
Okay.
So do I have to roll cool? Is that right?
Blow off the
Act under pressure.
Yep, act under pressure. Sorry.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with a menu and I'm like, could I have a tall, non-fat latte with an extra shot of espresso and cold foam cream on the top?
Nice.
2 pumps of caramel? No ice.
I want the waitress to go, we got black and decaf.
And that is about the same answer you get. And she's like, okay, so black coffee with cream and sugar. Got it.
Perfect. Do you have scones?
We got muffins.
Blueberry?
We got blueberry.
Sweet. Take a blueberry muffin.
So 9 is the worst outcome, hard choice. It's not a complete success.
Right, yes.
But it is a form of success. So I don't know if that is considered a fail or not.
What does your thing say?
It says if you fail, you don't mark experience.
Okay. Well, you didn't fail. You just have a price to pay.
That's ominous.
Okay. I think I know what the price is that you pay, but I can't tell you right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So what are you guys talking about?
Fairies.
So I would keep talking about the king of fairies that takes people and to not step in fairy circles, and about Samantha, the chick that's in charge of the southern camp, and
Oh, we talked about fairy
That's
circles too,
it.
that sometimes they're present outside. We didn't ever search outside of that house.
no, we didn't.
No, and it was very dark when you were there.
I wonder
so
if we
you
should
might
go
not
back.
have seen anything.
I wonder if we should go back now that it's daytime and see if there are any fairy circles. That would confirm our theory. And if it's not correct and we don't see a fairy circle, then we can investigate the other werewolves. Or we should investigate the other werewolves too, because it's literally the only lead we have of a location to go to.
Right.
We should also go and visit. I'll tell them about what we found out. All of the kids have been taken into social services, but there's no record of what happened to them afterwards. Everyone that was killed had children, but no one under the age of 18 was killed. Only the adults. What else did we find out?
So they like
This
to make
was-
orphans.
definitely not werewolves.
No. We found like more of the shards of the gem, the purple gem, amethyst.
Amethyst, yep.
We found more fairy dust.
We're definitely. I believe that what we are looking for are fairies.
Or some kind of fey creature. It's more than just fairies and fey, I imagine.
I don't really know enough about this fate.
I wonder if they have a library that has decent lore. I mean, there's got to be like a old book about Irish legends, right?
I mean, don't you guys have contacts that know about werewolves and stuff? I mean, we literally shot Franklin, and his bullet just healed immediately. I mean, Mickey did basically nothing to him, which is crazy. Like, bullets don't do anything to werewolves, I guess.
Was it just I'm assuming you were using a regular...
It was just a normal bullet.
Just a regular old bullet? Well, have you tried... Well, do you have any other type of weapons?
Just these.
I have some contacts that know some things about the occult that I could reach out to.
That might be our best bet. I mean,
Or we could ask Susie.
Yeah?
Susie might know.
Here.
She gave us her number. Maybe we should call her and see if she has time to meet with us.
Yeah. Or we could just ask her over the phone.
Yeah. Should we go
It's
somewhere
the 90s. The NSA don't give a shit.
Should we go somewhere more private than a coffee house? Or, yeah, nobody's paying attention to us. Probably they'll think we're crazy or on drugs.
Are we just covered in like cuts and like smoked it? Like
Yeah,
like we're
you definitely
fine,
look
but
like
we...
you've just been in a fight. At least the two of you.
Also,
Yeah.
the two of you could use a shower.
You two look like you're some kind of delinquents that have been in a fight, and then we look like obvious cops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You probably look like our like parole officers.
Like we're Bonnie and Clyde or something, and you guys like just track us down.
And we decided to take you for coffee.
Stop trying to ship us.
Well, I mean, those two were together.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
obviously
fuck.
be-
They're gonna
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I think I talked about that for 2 episodes. How much they're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the episode 2 is called "They Go Fuck."
I like you're saying this in character.
Yeah. Like, just say the Trixi.
You're just like saying it out loud.
When are they
like
gonna fuck?
total normal volume.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm only here on professional business.
Yeah.
The waitress comes back and sets down a cup of coffee and a muffin on a little plate, and the coffee splashes a little bit on the table, and she says, "Can I get you anything else?"
You want any pie?
No.
I'm pretty sure they just have muffins.
We
This
have
is the
coffee, we have water, we have Coke, and we have muffins. That's our menu.
Like Coke, or like?
This isn't the South.
Oh, it's not the 80s?
As in a pop. You can have a pop, Coke.
Oh, this is a interesting business.
We are the most successful coffee house in Rapid City.
Are you the only coffee house in
Yeah, the only- that and the bowling alley.
If you wanted, you could order a Coke and a
She
coffee.
just kind of like
mix it
waves
together for an
you
entirely
away and
different
walks
drink.
away.
I just want a pie. I was just hoping for some like rhubarb or like apple pie, but
Okay, you know what? We gotta eat sometime. Dinner, we'll go. Is there a diner in town?
Yeah, you can definitely find some diners. There's at least a couple Perkins.
ooh, they got mammoth muffins. I bet they're bigger than these muffins.
Okay, you know what? Dinner, we'll go to Perkins. Okay, we'll get pie. You can have a whole pie for
Oh,
dinner.
I would like a French silk pie.
the whole. Okay,
Yeah, doesn't that sound
perfect.
good?
That sounds delicious. Can we go to Perkins?
Is Perkins open? Can we DoorDash that right now?
Yes, DoorDash for Perkins.
Definitely.
Like,
I like how there's, dozens of murders and an explosion just happened and two of you almost died. And you're like, let's make some dinner plans.
Listen, it's not a Monster of the Week game unless we go to a diner.
right?
Right.
And specifically a fucking Perkins. No, we went to Frying Pan when we were. Is there a Frying Pan here? Have they franchised out to Rapid City yet?
Probably not.
I
either
don't
one,
know.
right?
Is this 106?
Are you gonna order pie?
We're gonna see how much it's gonna be to bring a pie here.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
They have talents.
Okay, so
9:30?
you've discussed what you've learned between your individual investigations. You've discussed your dinner plans.
Maybe Susie can join us at Perkins.
What
you
are
know?
your next steps?
Let's check out the the house again to see if there's a fairy circle, and then we can go check out the campground.
Should we split the party again?
No.
Because I want to go to social services and check on the information on the kids.
What could the kids possibly tell you other than...
We want to see if they've actually been taken to social services or if it was a shapeshifter and the kids are missing. We think it might be like a fairy or fae, and they tend to kidnap children.
Okay.
The operating theory is that the kids aren't actually there.
Mm-hmm.
Is this just like gay pedo propaganda? Fairies are taking the kids? Because I'm not here to play that.
We'll call them the fae.
Yeah.
The fae.
The fae.
The fae. The fae. There you go.
Not a lady named Faye. There isn't a lady named Faye kidnapping children.
Yeah. But maybe there is.
Damn it, Faye.
She just wants to hang out with them.
Right.
Like.
Anyway. I think so. I want to go there. I want to go there, and we wanted to go someplace else. What was the other place?
Perkins. Oh, right.
Yeah, Perkins. I want to go to Perkins. No, there was another place we discussed going.
The house.
Back to the house.
Well,
That
we
too.
can swing by the house because that doesn't take much
Yeah.
to
Look
verify.
for. Yep.
And then we can go to social services, and
There was somewhere else. Wasn't there that you wanted to go?
You want to meet up with Susie?
We want to call Susie. We can
Well-
call Susie on the way to the house.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the advanced Wall.
Oh, right, the company.
Advanced
We forgot to tell them
technologies.
about that. A lot of the people who are dead work for the same company. And I don't know if that's just because we're in a small town and everyone works at the factory, or if it's odd, right? We want to kind of look more into this company.
How do you spell it?
That Wall.
Yeah, it's
Like-
A-L apostrophe A-W-A-L, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Susie lives here, so maybe we could
It's
get some information about the company from her too.
That's a good idea.
So
it
let's-
reminds me of Walla Walla.
Let's go to the house.
Walla Walla, Washington.
And on the way to the house, David can call Susie, and we'll go from there. Sound like a plan?
Yes.
The little tiny flip down and the big antenna.
I feel like it might have been like those bag phones, like, get it out of my
It's
bag.
90. It's not.
You can have that humongous brick.
Yeah.
Why not?
The Zach
Yeah.
Morris.
Yeah. Okay, so you
Were we saved by the boom?
Say that again.
Saved by the bell? We were saved by the boom?
Yes.
Yes. So you head on out and head up to the house. And you're calling Susie on the way?
Yes.
Okay. You call Susie and you hear someone pick up, "Hello, Richardson Plumbing."
Who did I call?
Susie.
Oh.
Is that who you call if your dick's leaking? Richard Plumman?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, this is Agent David Fox. I am looking for Susie. We need some information.
Oh, okay. Hold on. And he sits the line down, and you hear some muttering in the background, and then Susie comes on. "Hey, what have you found out so far?"
Wait, was that Beavers?
Well, as far as where we're at so far, we have... This was definitely not werewolves that are the cause of the string of murders. Working
Really?
theory, I'd like to say, are actually fae or fairies of some sort. We do have an issue with werewolves, so if you have any idea on what we can do to defend from those, that would be fantastic.
What kind of problem with werewolves?
Well, they have tried to... Well, they've attacked us twice so far.
They might.
Trixie and Mickey blew up a toy store.
We
Hey,
allegedly.
what?
I'm yelling from the door. Allegedly.
They were involved in the explosion to some degree. Whether they did it or not, I don't know. Although, personally, I suspect that it was the fairies who were trying to cover up tracks.
Tell them about the information we found about the Fae realm on that guy's computer.
Yes. So the latest victim he had some... Looks like he was investigating something about a Fae realm. What
King
is it?
Oberon?
King Oberon and what was it? The Shade?
The Shay? The Sheed? The
Sheed.
Sheed. The
The
Sheed.
Sheed. She repeats the sheet back to you, and she's like, "Shit, this is bad."
Tell her, ask her about that company if she knows anything about it too.
I just want you to take the phone.
I'm just driving, and I'm just like, tell her this.
What is bad? What's bad about this?
Hold on. And she sets the phone down, and you can hear her walk away, and you hear her say,
when I told
Biddy?
her about Sheed,
Hey,
she said,
Biddy?
this is bad.
I'm like driving, and I look at you, and I'm like, what do you mean bad? And I like swerve on the side of the road a little bit. Oh shit!
I don't know. She went away from the phone.
And you can hear some frantic conversation, and like you hear another woman on the other end.
Biddy.
She sounds like she is very defensive and like very concerned. And you hear Susie come back and say, "Okay, so what you're saying is that King Oberon and the Sheed is trying to invade our world, and they're killing people." And
I don't know if
what
they're
else?
trying to invade, but
We just found research about them.
we just found research. It's possible. I think what we found something that might indicate that the
Some
fairies
kind-
that are doing this are trying to appease the king, thinking that that he might recognize them for their actions.
well,
Tell-
this makes no sense. Oberon is neutral.
Explain.
He's been neutral. His wife, not so much, but definitely
You-
Oberon, he's neutral. So anyone trying to prove something to him it's an uphill battle.
Wife?
That's what I can
Who's
tell
his
you.
wife?
Who's got a wife?
King Oberon.
Who is King Oberon's wife?
Hold on.
Titania.
You should ask her if she
You got
knows
me.
what
Titania.
could cause, if it's not, tell her about the
Titania.
amethyst.
Yeah,
Titania.
Titania. Queen Titania.
I don't suppose this queen, by chance, has gone missing or left somewhere in recent history.
I don't know much myself. All I can say is that if we have fairies attacking us, it's bad because we're supposed to have neutrality with the Sheed. I don't know who could be attacking us, but it's definitely not King Oberon.
You should ask
He'd
her
have
about
to have
the
a real
amethyst
good damn reason to invade us.
and the dust.
The amethyst?
And the amethyst
And dust.
shards and the dust
Yeah,
that
so-
we're finding.
Because we found amethyst crystals and dust of some kind, which seems to be amethyst
like
dust or some sort.
How did you
Amethyst.
describe it, Travis? Is it like a glitter? Or a...
Yeah, so you've been finding like amethyst crystals and then like an I described it as glitter, but it's like dust of some sort.
Okay.
Like
Okay, we need more information on this queen. The best way, so because when we were talking with them at the cafe, they mentioned, so what we know now is there was a new werewolf who took charge.
just recently that nobody knows.
Exactly. But if
Okay.
you say the queen is not neutral, what if the queen is posing as this new werewolf in charge? They're capable of shape-shifting, all of them?
well, not all of them. Yeah, I'll have to do some investigations. Tell you what, I will go ahead. I'll talk to my associates here. Biddy, she's her and Oberon had a thing. I'll have her poke around and see if she can't talk to Oberon and see if something's going awry over in the Sheed. And then I'll have my guy Evers look into fey creatures that give off amethyst rocks and dust. I can't help you right now, but tell you what, call me back here. Oh, call me back in a couple hours. I'll see what I can find.
You should ask her if a werewolf bite can lead to lycanthropy.
Oh, yes. Well, real quick, the werewolf defense, because they shot one, didn't work, but I seem to remember there's some that regular weapons don't work.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need to have a silver bullet in order to kill them or even hurt them.
Do you know
That
where
matter.
we can get some of that?
We got a few in stock up here at our compound. It would take me a while to get them down to you, though.
Well, at some point we can make a swing by up there so we can gather what you can spare. But one last thing. So say someone got bit or scratched. Is that going to be a problem?
God damn it! And after she cusses for a couple seconds.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
I can hear yelling.
Yeah, it's not great. Especially with the full moon coming up.
Oh shit.
You know what? Yeah, you all need to get up here. We might be able to curb the lycanthropy, but I'm gonna need the resources of our facility. You're gonna have to make your way up to Keystone.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. So I
All
will
right.
let you get to work on that, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. There's a crossroads where there's an old Sinclair gas station. You can't miss it if you take the main road, but I'll have someone weigh in there to take you to the facility.
Okay.
Okay, and she hangs up.
What'd she say?
We're gonna have to go up there
Up where?
to meet at the. There's an old Sinclair where we'll meet up, and
Okay.
then
What's a Sinclair and
it's
where?
a gas station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Is it down the road?
Yeah, I can guide you. We should probably do that sooner than later. I'm not. Let's not panic the other two.
So they're infected with lycanthropy, is what you're saying. I heard lots of yelling.
Yeah, it was pretty loud.
Okay.
We do need ammunition, so that's really what we need to know.
Should we have them get in my car, or should we just have them follow us? We're in two different vehicles right now.
Well, I'm just gonna throw this out here, but I don't know that I want to be in the car with someone who becomes a werewolf.
Right. I'll stop the car and pull over to the side of the road because they're following us right now, and I'll flag them down.
Okay.
And then I'll get out and walk over to their car. Hey, how you guys doing?
Just
We're
need
fine.
the ammo.
Yeah. Change of plans.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, we called Susie, and we told her about our werewolf problem, and she said she has ammunition that can deal with them. But we have to go get it from her at their compound. So we are driving. We're going for a drive if you guys want to keep following me.
Oh, I thought we were more concerned about the Fae than the werewolves.
Well, the werewolves have a vendetta against both of you, and we can't kill them with the ammunition we have.
That makes sense. I mean, is it really that urgent? I mean,
Yeah, I don't feel like we're like.
I'm going to trust Susie
Hey,
on this, and she's
let
the
them know
expert.
that she's also got more information about the Fae stuff that we're dealing
That's
with.
right. Yeah. Oh, she's also got more information about the Fae stuff. She seems to know a lot about the Fae. Actually, apparently her friend or one of her associates had a thing with the king.
okay, that's different. I
Yeah.
guess.
I don't know. Just follow us.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. I'll get back in my car, and then I'll reach in the back seat and I'll hand you a map of South Dakota. Could you direct me?
Yep.
Perfect.
And I
Okay.
direct her
So,
to the Sinclair.
Just be clear, are you still going to investigate things in town, or are you going straight to this?
What time of
Susie.
day is it?
Yeah.
I would say around now, after all the action of the morning, is probably close to noon.
We're in Rapid City. Keystone's about an hour away, right?
Sure, I don't know.
Just say yes, honey.
Yes.
Say yes, and.
There's no
Yes,
speed,
I am.
speed limits at 90, so it's close as it needs to be.
I'm pretty sure Keystone's like an hour
That
away.
sounds about right.
It's an hour if you want it to be.
We can drive as fast as we want. We have a bubble.
Right. Yeah, so it's going to take you an hour or so to get up to Keystone.
We can investigate if you want. How urgent is it?
Actually, Keystone is south of Rapid City, so yeah, about an hour south where you're
When's the next full moon?
at. Well,
Soon.
trying to think. I mean, I'll go ahead and say that you noticed.
Susie made it sound like it's coming up.
Yes, Susie definitely thinks it's coming up really soon. And the previous night when you were attacked by the wolf in your hotel room, you do remember it being fairly bright out even after the power was shot out by Trixie.
Yeah, I think that this
So
is a
you
more
think that the
pressing-
moon is probably pretty full at this
I think this is probably a more pressing matter. All right, Keystone it is.
point. Okay. So you head on out of town, making your way south, and you, after some time, you do come across a road that kind of juts off the main back highway here. And you do see a Sinclair station. It's boarded up for the most part. The little green dinosaur is faded and chipped, and the old pumps, they're like the old style pumps they had like the little circle at the top, and they were just like slim little stands. One of the hoses laying on the ground, and you can see there's holes eaten into it. Just really derelict. And you do see, as you're pulling up, there is a car pulled around the side of the building, and looks like it is still running. And you see a man standing behind the wheel. Actually, Mickey, you recognize this man from the university when you went to investigate the professor's office.
Was it the janitor?
Say that again?
Was it the janitor?
No.
Oh,
This
I remember.
it was a young guy who encountered you when you're walking the grounds, and he told you to go meet Susie initially.
Oh, cool. I'm glad that happened.
So yeah, what are you guys doing?
I'll get out of my car and wave.
He looks at you and does kind of like a slow wave. He cautiously opens his door and steps out and stands up, and he says, "Are you the group?"
You Susie's guy?
"Yep, name's Evers."
Man, ever calm down from the 80s.
Yeah,
Sweet boy grew up.
yeah, you can see he's still young, but there's a little scar on his cheek, and he looks like he doesn't sleep very well. He has kind of like dark rings underneath his eyes. And, definitely looks like he's aged ahead of his time a little bit. So he gets back into his car and starts driving down the road.
All right.
For you to follow him.
I'll follow.
Okay. And you wind through some of the hills a little bit until you come across. It looks like it's just an empty field with a rock in the middle. And he pulls his car behind some bushes that are nearby the rock and steps out. And he kind of waves you to go park behind these bushes too, to kind of hide your vehicles. Yeah. And he gets out and walks up to the rock. All right, come on over this way.
Okay.
So,
All right, and so he says, all right, now you're just going to walk into the rock.
okay.
Sure.
I walk through it.
I walk into the rock.
All right, and as you do, you meld into the stone, and it's almost like a sensation of like you get on a roller coaster where your stomach kind of lurches a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're in this different realm. And it's this big cavernous opening where there's like this lobby, and beyond it you can see that there's some sort of library with computer terminals and a large table. You all walk through, and Evers comes in behind you and says, "Welcome to our little slice of heaven." About that time, Susie walks around the corner and says, finally made it.
Huh.
Alright, so here's what I can tell you so far. Biddy hasn't been able to get a hold of Oberon, and honestly, their past is a little tricky, but according to Biddy, she doesn't think that the Queen would be behind this, even if she's not neutral per se. As far as the creature you're fighting, I had Evers waiting out there, so he hasn't had time to look into it. I have flipped through a few things, but I've also been working on a few things myself, so best I can say is it's probably like a changeling or something. But we'd have to find out more. I mean, in the end, like, I can tell you two things, right? If it's a shape changer, you just gotta treat it like any other shape changer. And if it's from the Fey realm. Cold iron is probably going to be your best bet against it.
Cold iron, so guns are not going to help.
Well, unless you want to beat some bullets into shape.
I got nothing
Anyway.
better to do, I guess.
Go ahead.
Maybe a tire iron.
Yeah.
But what are shape changers weak against? In case shape changer, we should prepare for both.
I mean, shape changers, she would go into how, basically, because they're Fey, they're weak to cold iron, and then shape changers themselves, I mean, it depends on what it is, but, like creatures like werewolves, weak to silver. Generally, if you have something silver on you, you're probably barking up the right tree when it deals with shape changers.
So we want some silver bullets, some silver coated things, and some tire irons.
So Susie says, yeah, we can look around in inventory and see what we can rouse up for you. And she will, and I'll say that everyone who has a gun can get like a full round of ammunition of silver bullets for whatever their weapon is. So if it's like a revolver, you get 6 bullets. If it's like a 9mm, I'll say that you can get like 10 bullets. Shotgun. Yeah, I'll say that you can get.
How many in a magnum?
What harm does a shotgun do? 3. I'll say it's similar to a revolver. You'll get 6 rounds shot.
So magnum would be 10.
Yeah.
I guess
I'll say 10 for the more automatic weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And I think she'll find a cold iron dagger that you can also use. And we'll say that whoever wants to take that, they'll do 2 harm.
I'll take out my athame and be like, can I use this? Will this work? And I'll like swish it in the air. It's magical and silver.
Oh. Well, that might work for you then. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'll put it back in my boot.
Okay. So.
Who wants the dagger?
Well, I prefer to not get in close
Oh well, I'm
quarters, but I guess
I've got some pretty tough skin, so getting in close is okay for me.
I've already been close. I don't want to be close again.
Okay. All right. So.
I guess I will take it because it's better to have it and not need it.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So you received armaments. Was there? Oh, yes. You are there to see if there's something you can do about the light camp.
Yeah, we'll just spring that on those 2 real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, Susie will turn to Trixi and Mickey and say, "So I hear you got some scratches from some wolves."
Yeah, I got scratched. He got bit.
Yeah, I got a good
Yeah.
gash right
Doesn't
here.
matter either way. You're both probably infected. Okay. There is some controversial ceremonies we can do.
Ooh.
I got some wolfsbane. I got a few other simple magic ingredients. We're gonna try a spell on you 2. I'm gonna need all of you. This is gonna be a big magic.
Yeah.
I don't do magic. I don't know how to do magic.
Trixie's the only one that does magic, and that's hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't you weird too?
I'm slightly weird, but like not magic weird.
I mean, if you're weird, you can use magic, can't you?
I think we all can use magic. It's just probably not great.
Yeah, it's like everyone can. It's just you're weird is kind of how adept you are.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to roll, I guess, then?
One second. I was just refreshing myself on big magic. Okay. So Susie would invite you into another room, and this one you can see that there's a magic like pentagram and a bunch of sigils spray painted onto the floor. So it looks like this is a prepped ritual room, and she starts handing out like candles for you to light up around the edge of the circle, and she is going to instruct you 2 to stand in the middle of it, whereas Christian,
David.
excuse me, go ahead.
David.
Toni, Susie, and Evers are going to stand around the outside of the circle. So just because we're doing this for your benefit doesn't mean you can't contribute with your magic. So we'll go ahead and we're going to go around and everyone will roll a plus weird towards the completion of this spell. So.
Oh, okay.
Just me and my negative weird over here.
Can
Contributing.
Can they assist instead of do weird, or do they have to do weird?
Yes. So I'll say if you have some meaningful way to assist, go ahead and vocalize that, and I'll tell you what you need to roll.
I got 11.
Ooh, awesome. So immediately, like as the ritual begins, the candles begin to flicker, and your eyes just glow white, and like that light seems to radiate down into the pentagram and spread across all the lines, uplighting you and Mickey. And you and Mickey even begin to like hover a little bit into the air. Who wants to go next?
I rolled 11.
Okay, and is that for your weird?
Yes.
Okay, and you take this piece of paper that Susie hands you, and you start chanting the words on it, and it's in Latin, and you have a passing knowledge of, Latin from some of your cases, but it's all gibberish to you. But as you chant this out loud, the piece of paper actually lights on fire, and like the embers start to swirl around the two in the circle. Who wants to go next?
I rolled a 7.
Okay. So it works imperfectly. So what glitch would you like?
I don't have a list of glitches. It's isn't it like just a shortened one or something?
So the glitches are: the effect is weakened, the effect is short duration, you take 1 harm, ignore armor, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I'll take a harm.
Okay. So as you start to levitate off the ground, and as these swirling embers begin to circle you, you actually take an ember to the side of the face, and there's something that kind of wells up inside of you, very bestial, and you actually give out a big roar as it hits you. But you do, like, the pace of like the chanting, like even if people aren't chanting anymore, it seems like it reverberates in this chamber. It just keeps on going, and you feel this wind whipping around faster and faster. Okay, so Toni, what are you doing?
I rolled a 12 minus 1 for 11 weird.
You guys all rolled 11.
Holy shit.
Because you rolled 11, right? I point at Matt.
Yes, I rolled 11.
So you also chant these magic words on a piece of paper that Susie has handed you, and as you finish the final line, the room begins to shake, and like you see even a big crack head up one of the walls, and Susie holds out this wad of herbs, which you assume to be the wolf's bane, and it also like ignites in fire, and the smoke actually shoots straight towards Trixi and Mickey, and it heads down into their mouths and noses, and as it does, you two just feel this sensation of just indescribable white-hot pain as you feel whatever presence was in you be just eviscerated and burned out. And just like that, all the candles blow out at the same time, and the room is dark, and you fall to the ground.
Did we do it?
Susie says, I think so. And she turns on a little flashlight she had on her hip and points it at you two. And
I'm sure I'm just gasping for air, like.
yeah, that'll happen. You're gonna have to walk that one off. Can't do much for you there.
Was it supposed to hurt that much?
Well, it's once lycanthropy gets inside of you, it gets entwined in your very being. You have to burn it out. There's no other way.
If it burns, it's working, right?
Exactly.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen again. Ugh.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, to be honest, I've only seen this done a couple times, and both times I wasn't sure it was going to work at all. I think you two are kind of the exception to the rule, so maybe don't make it a habit.
I mean, we have to fight more werewolves potentially, like, tomorrow, so.
Well, I would try and avoid them and stay on their good side.
Maybe we should consider body armor.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to help us, but we can certainly.
Just wear some really thick clothing.
That might work, actually. Their teeth might not make it through a leather jacket. Might just bruise you.
Alright, well.
So that was interesting.
That was something. So, while we're here, can we do a little more research on the amethyst? I mean, you said you didn't get a time to do lots of research.
Yeah, so she'll let you go ahead and use their library, for whatever worth it will be.
This is a really cool place.
Why don't we spend the rest of the night to do some research, and I'll call social services and see if I can get some information.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But can we stay here? Or we didn't ask. We didn't get. Is it all right if we stay here?
Yeah.
Where is here? Are we underground? I'm really confused.
It's hard to explain. We're somewhere in between the real world and the Sheed. And at all of a sudden, a woman pipes up behind you and says, "Yes, we are somewhere in between. It's something of a demi-plane, you might say."
Where did you come from?
You see this woman who's wearing this black power suit stroll in, seemingly out of nowhere. And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Biddy, and I'm in charge of this facility."
You're the one that had a thing with the king, right?
Yes, I'm the one that had the thing with the king.
That's okay. So
it was a long time ago.
Okay.
Well, this is all very interesting.
This is a really cool place. Like we're in some demi plane. Like.
Correct.
Okay. Is there a lot? Like, is it just the four of you here then?
So
3 of you? Sorry, I
yeah.
can't count. I counted over twice.
Yeah. So far you've seen Biddy, Susie, and Evers. And all of a sudden Biddy says, "Oh, excuse me, I have duties elsewhere." And with a blink of an eye, she just pops out of existence.
What?
Can we do that?
You don't try it.
Oh, don't worry about that. You get used to it. Biddy, I don't know what she is, but she used to be a person like you or I, but now she's
Not.
She's kind of in between things too. So
She a ghost?
she can kind of be anywhere and everywhere.
Huh. Interesting.
And yeah, so
So it's just you and Evers and the ghost.
yep, it's me, Evers, Ghost, and a ward that I take care of.
This is a very large place for 2.5, 3.5 people.
Who's the ward you take care of?
Her name's Gemma.
Gemma.
Yeah, you'll probably see her. I think Biddy went off to make her some lunch, but yeah. So I feel real bad. I feel like I kind of threw you in the deep end. So go ahead and rest up tonight here, and you can have access to our facilities. We have a landline that does connect with the real world if you need to make any calls.
So our phones won't work here.
I didn't mean to put you into all this. I thought this would be a real open and shut thing, but it just sounds like it's getting messier by the minute.
So our phones won't work here?
Those cell phones won't work, no.
Well, at least they have the landlines.
Yeah.
Probably more reliable anyway.
Yeah.
Especially in this area. It's actually kind of impressive that I was able to even get a hold of you.
Look, I don't understand it, okay? I've been here 5 years and I still don't get it.
Huh.
Hell, I was here when I was a little girl, too. It's a long story, but needless to say, this is a safe place.
Was this like a family compound?
You could say that.
Oh, well, you seem to take nice care of it, I guess, if you've been here that long.
Yeah.
Biddy does most of the heavy lifting, but
It feels like one of those doomsday bunkers.
that and more.
I wonder if I have any files.
All right, well, hey,
files.
Everest, why don't you go ahead and show them to the rooms? I'm gonna get back to my projects. So
I have an out of character question.
okay, up in the meta shield.
And it's actually more related to your character because your character's in the FBI, so you might know.
Okay.
But Susie is the wife of a very prominent politician who is dead now. Would you not notice who she is?
So,
quote unquote. I think he's dead. No,
well, I don't know how what she looks like now.
That's true. It's been 5 years, and you didn't get a last name.
Yeah.
That's just my question. I'm like, well, he's in the FBI, so he might be aware of prominent, because he wasn't a prominent, just a prominent politician. He was a senator.
Yeah, he was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the disappearance of the senator, Hugh Wessington, it was a big deal. There was a big shakeup in the Senate, in Congress. There was a bunch of security measures that went into place afterwards. It was kind of like people were worried for quite a bit that maybe there's someone out there taking down senators and all that, because the senator had contacts with some very powerful people and they all went missing too.
That's right.
So there was this big conspiracy that lasted for a couple of years before it kind of died down. Even now, you still hear about it every now and then. In the FBI, I would say that, David, you work for more like a special investigation unit that doesn't really handle this case. Even though it's a senator, it's more of the bread and butter investigations that take care of those cases. So.
I was never the kind to strive for the general investigation and stuff.
Gotcha. I just imagine it's one of those things, I think about in today's time, if a senator and his whole family went missing, right, because they would all be missing, would it not be their faces plastered all over TV?
Right, and I would say that when this happened, you might have seen a picture of Susie plastered on the TV.
But she would have looked way different.
But considering that Susie was already estranged from her husband at the time, it was an older picture that they put up. And she has, you can reasonably assume, kept a really low profile over the last 5 years since the senator went missing. And so she looks different. She looks older. She's missing a leg. There's a lot of things that are different about her now that would definitely throw someone off of her case.
Okay, yeah, that was just a general out of character question because you're in the FBI, so I figured that would be something you might know.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So you all exit the room. You're shown where your rooms are, and each of you is given in your own bedroom, so with a bed, and some of them you see some leftover memorabilia of sorts in it that it looks like it definitely belonged to someone before, and Evers will just say, just please don't touch anything up on the walls. Susie kind of makes a point that kind of keep it the same as the last tenants. It's nothing creepy, it's just she lost a bunch of friends a few years ago, and
that a Cyndi Lauper poster?
What's that?
I just I'm just is that a Cyndi Lauper poster? She had 2 good songs.
Yeah, you see Cyndi Lauper poster. You see some rooms are a little more sparse than others. You also see a room where on the night table there is a picture that must have gotten forgotten there. And it's a picture of an elderly, well, she wasn't so elderly, like middle-aged Native American woman. And she's standing next to a younger Native American boy. And they look very happy. She is kind of like poking him in the side, and he's kind of leaning away and laughing. It looks like a very happy moment.
Huh. Well, no one must have stayed in this room. I'm like looking at a different room. There's like no character in this room at all. Like nothing. It's just stock room. Mm-hmm. Everything's the same color, gray.
Whoever stayed in this room was super boring.
Super boring.
There's this one room that has all black in it. I call dibs.
You would.
Hey, you watch it. There is
a
really creepy doll in that rocking chair in the corner, and it's gotta be cursed.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I'm super into it.
So yeah, you're showing your rooms, and then David, you said you wanted to go call child services and kind of figure that part of the puzzle out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head out to the main lobby, and you see the phone on a desk, kind of pushed up against one of the walls. So you make a beeline straight for that. And as you do, you almost run into someone as they turn the corner. And you look at her, and it's kind of hard to believe, but you've seen a picture of this girl before. Ray showed you this. How the hell is Gemma Grayson here at this facility?
Holy shit, it's his kid! I forgot we left her there!
Next episode.
I forgot we left her there!
What?
She's been taking care of his daughter this whole time!
How old is she now?
It's been 5 years, so she's like...
But isn't the time wibbly wobbly there?
No, not if the place is on.
Yeah.
So how old was she when we left? Like 8?
Yeah, something roughly
like
around
12-ish.
like 8 or 10, I think.
12 or 13?
Yeah, she'd be like 13-ish,
Yeah.
14-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
so-
she was like, I lost my kid, this is my kid now.
Yeah, she is about 14 when you encounter her, 13 or 14.
Wait, you know Gray? Oh, I forgot Gray worked at the FBI too! Didn't he? Gray was an FBI. Well, he was.
No, he wasn't, but he definitely was government.
CIA or something. But not all anymore. But he used to be.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know, he dropped that hint like episode 1.
I know. He talked about the ward, and I was trying to figure out, well, who is it? Who is it? Totally forgot that we literally saved the kid, left her in care of Susie, and then immediately left to go and like save the day right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week with an exciting new episode and see what happens with our new band of heroes.
And while you wait,
Thanks for
watch
watching.
the original campaign of Monsters Week, because
Why haven't you done that already?
why haven't you done it already? Because holy crap, we've just met a lot of people from the old episodes.
Right. All right. Thank you. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and your favorite podcasting platform. Good night.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Make sure that whatever platform you're watching or listening on, you are following and or subscribing. If for those of you on YouTube, make sure you go down below and let us know what you thought with a comment, and give us a like if you could. Subscribing, hit that bell. If you're on any of our podcast platforms, make sure you are following, and if any of them allow you to comment, go ahead and do so. We do pay attention, and it helps us to know where to go forward.